Hey, what's up? You're in for a good one here. This vlog takes place over 2 days, I believe. We get into a lot of stuff. The main premise is going to be a museum, the Adirondack Museum. It's just strictly stuff from the Adirondacks, which is pretty interesting.
Well, maybe he can do a Ronald McDonald one.
Yeah. The story behind the carved bear is pretty interesting, all by chainsaw. The guy who made the bears was right across from where I went to school, so it's pretty cool. Fun fact.
Back there.
Which is very important, yeah.
Yeah, I got a massive fish on here. Let's see if you guys can see it. Can you see it?
I do go out on a fishing excursion, a quick one just on kayak, and I run into a pretty big fish, so that was pretty cool. You'll see that, so stick around. That's a little towards the end, so yeah, it's pretty great. Stick around, and yeah, we're about to get into the vlog here soon. It's definitely going to be a great one. A lot of action in it, a lot of info, and a great all-around time. So sit back, relax, get yourself a drink. Here's one more peek at that massive fish. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this vlog. Here's the boats, and I mean, here's the airplanes. This is like a lodge, beautiful lodge. Hotel Adirondacks. It like connects over there. See, we got like a big marina, a big beach. A lot of people will come here, vacation here, all time of the year. Fall time, summer, for sure. Great fishing all through here. Just beautiful, so well kept. Great little place to like get away and get into the woods. We're in Long Lake, New York. We're getting ready to head up to some cabins. I'll show you guys those soon. But yeah, very iconic spot for the Adirondacks. I think it's kind of cool looking. It's like a little deco. We're out on the kayak. I've seen them like this, but I've never kayaked one quite like this where it's not that deep. It's not bad, to be honest. It's honestly not bad. It might be less tippy. I don't know. I'm not gonna tempt the tippiness. However, right here, actually, like right here would only be like 3 feet, 4 feet deep. Right here, it's probably more like at least 6 or 8. But yeah, I'm not gonna turn all the way around. I do have a crick in my neck or like a pinched nerve on like my shoulder blades, so we gotta be kind of cautious of that. Okay, we gotta make sure we don't drop our paddle. Times. That's back where I was, somewhere's back in that shoreline. I didn't even go that far. Cause I gotta leave here, but we're gonna get into the museum footage. That's gonna be sick. So I got my GoPro with me or whatever, my Insta360 Ace Pro. Definitely get some clips of the museum. It's all about the Adirondack, so I'm excited to show you guys that. They put a new standing seam roof on it. This is right next to my hometown, which is pretty cool. This guy. And I went to school with this guy's relative. We graduated the same class, so it's pretty neat. Yeah, how about these old magazines? That sticker abolished the Adirondack Park Agency. They didn't like all the rules. They wanted to just be able to set up businesses and do whatever they wanted, all willy-nilly and, clear plan like crazy and everything else. That chair is wild though, huh? $1958 on the pennant. Needle sharpener, 1933. Old Indian shoes, 1940. What's that, an old piggy bank? Souvenir bank, 1925. Look at the old hair clips, 1910, 1810, that's crazy. What's that, Edward Earl? For wife murder. And that's a pamphlet. He's hanged in Sackville, 1881 for murdering his old lady. Necklace, oh that's the necklace, 1925. Farms for sale, 25,000 acres, new land. Look at that, price $1 to $6 per acre back then. Fucking unreal, brother. Laundry sprinkler, what's this bottle? Socks, box, souvenir sterling spoon, no, what's this? Laundry sprinkler. Here's the old camera, 1915. That hat, 1960. That's like what the old Boy Scouts wore. Frontier Town, that was near me. When we were kids, we could still go there. 1970, it was actually really popping back then. That's what I thought, North Pole Town, that was part of like Frontier Town. 1950s, I think it closed in like the 70s, but I remember seeing the remnants of it. We had one like this, very similar. There's an old Mini, that's just like a mini version. Blue House, keep to right, that's like a hotel tavern. These guys are important because they're the reason this thing's even here. So let's shed some light on them. We got Harold Hochschild. He was born 1892, the same day the Adirondack Park was created, and he was part of the metal family, the metal company, American Metal Company. And yeah, he was basically born into it and he became president and chairman. And yeah, they were uber wealthy, but these guys are why this is here. Grand opening of this museum, 1957. And they got funding and stuff together is the long and short of it. But it's a huge facility, so here's a painting. We gotta go see it all. Yeah, this boat's called the Water Witch. It was the major design on this lake system. I'll get more into the lake system later, but here's a quick couple sentences about the boat. Racing sloop, Water Witch. Right at the turn of the century, 1900. Here's a quick look into it. The people weren't ready for me. This thing's good where there's no light, low light. Please stay off the boat. Look at that. So it's a steamboat.
They feed the trout here.
Oh, sick. Yeah, this was like, at first I thought this was in the water. For like a display. So you got, I don't know if that's an inlet or if it's just bubbling it. And then there's an inlet right there. Here's a quick look at the old operator's booth for a train station. Very sweet looking. Put you right back in the era. Here we got the old train. I want to say it's like the summer train. That's why it's kind of like that. But it's a steam engine one. Is this one a steam engine, right?
Looks like you feed it.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was coals back then.
I don't know.
I think you could.
Think how hot that is.
Yeah, and then you would have your pressure valve. That was important. I'm gonna have like an hour of footage by the time I'm done. This is the display of the lake system. It's labeled, but you can't really see in this. But anyways, it's like Racket River, Long Lake, and a bunch of other ones, and they all connect. They had just 2 rooms. The brothers shared a room. He called it a shoebox. So it's like living in a shoebox. I like the old spoons. They used to be wooden. They still should be. Oh, over plastic. Look at that old Adirondack bowling. That was huge back then. Yeah, that's a coffin, fam.
And that's a headstone.
Oh yeah, they used to make them out of wood, maybe. Wow.
Maybe, I don't know. Isn't that what that looks like?
It kind of resembles one. This is a Pivy. It was invented in 1858. This is a cant hook. It's very similar. You can see it lacks the metal here and the spike like it has there. Keep in mind that's from the 1850s. one from 1988. This is how they mark them all. Log scaler, that's to see how like big it is and everything. Yeah, log scaler. Used for sealing standing timber, okay. Gift of the Hitchens Corporation. And that's a log scaler. Okay.
It is.
There's just...
How terrible of a job. And dangerous.
Well, back then everything was manual labor, so that wasn't that's what we were made to do. I mean...
I guess, like,
yeah.
just saying, like, that's what.
No, once you get used to it, it's actually not. It becomes standard. Right here, it tells about how it's like a standard unit, and that's just what they were sold by. It's kind of neat right here to see the saws before the electric chainsaws came out. Those are going to be coming up soon. They would ice the tracks, and then the skis could slide easier, so that's how that was done, and that's what that's displaying. Very cool. It was called like a water truck. Here it's displaying how they would do the logs, and it would be like a row of logs all chained together, and they would make like a pool or a gate around them, and then they would funnel them off through like that chute. So it's pretty sweet to see it. They go into detail the different people that do the log jams, the different ways, and some people would just specifically do log jams because they would pay out good, but a lot of people died doing it because it was so dangerous. So that's kind of how that went. But yeah, we get into more about that later on. So yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, no, they were just happy to be alive out there. There's some old logging boots. More than a toe was lost. What's that? For want of a safety shoe, more than a toe was lost. So that's where like probably steel toe came about. They called it, yeah, steel-toed leather safety boots. They're saying they came about. People were losing their toes too often in logging.
Jesus. This ain't no quick change of this way.
No.
It's gonna take a little bit to take that plate off.
Yes.
Actually, it's kind of cool. So this is actually the, oh, look at the size of these teeth.
So these are, a lot of these are still like, well, like these are 100-year-old inventions. Because they came out, I want to say like the 20s we had cars and the 10s, so.
Call them long chainsaw.
Wow, that thing's huge too. Big and light, it weighs only 45 pounds.
That thing?
That's what it said.
Oh, it is real light.
That's wild, maybe it's.
Switch to aluminum.
Yeah, I bet you it has a lot of them. Does it say?
I mean, look at it, it's not that heavy.
20-inch blade, let's see, does it say what it's made of? Long Island City.
Imagine changing the blade though. Jeez.
It's called a full swivel, fast-cutting McCulloch chainsaw.
McCulloch was like a big thing for years. So scale favored steel.
Steel, yeah.
Look at this is what we used to do.
So we got skis, and we got tracks. This is called the Lynn tractor, I guess. This is what it looked like. Looks like they could get a lot of logs on it though. And they could put plows on it. This is all carved out of wood.
Simple days back then.
So the Lumberjacks, they would have all this stuff they would bring with them, like all these. They're saying they were into like pulp fiction magazines and different novels because they didn't, you know, just like we like our TV shows. That's what the TV shows were.
Log jam.
Yeah.
Oh, they were really gonna be able.
Yeah, I guess they would
just be crushed.
Well, people would jump on it because you would get a big payment if you got it unjammed.
Go down a big piece of wood and you keep carving it. It's like your off time. They did it here
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like on a 2x4 or something, a 2x2.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You keep going off of like a board.
A
Yeah.
small board like this wide.
And then you probably zigzag your way.
Well, you do one link.
Yeah.
Round it out.
I love it, man.
Set over there, which I would never thought of.
Wait. I could see that sparking off the tracks. But did you guys see this old blender? Hand crank. That's so cool. That is sick, bro. Leaf lard. Lard was huge back then for everything.
It was. I had recipes.
Well, you could preserve it. If you kept it in a jar and kept lard on top, it would preserve it for like ever. Because it's airtight and all that. Well, maybe he can do a Ronald McDonald one. It says Hal McIntosh, 1996. It was right across from where I went to Christian school. But yeah, he would do them right in Scroon Lake. But he would make them a lot bigger than this one. They would usually stand like the size of a man. So they would use dynamite as well for those log jams. See, they had different methods, but yeah, sometimes people would just do log jams, and that would be their only job because they would get a big payout for it because it was so risky, but people died all the time in them. Or, you know, you break your legs and you die up, you know, a couple weeks later. This is a sweet display we got here. This is a fire tower, they call them. It's 1909. It says the model depicts one of the first fire towers in the Adirondacks, as was made from a photograph which appeared in the 1910 Forest Fish and Game Commission report. The original tower was 18 feet high and afforded views stretching to 35 miles away. It is shown manned by Alfred Sampy Pelcher, the first observer, the donor, a forest ranger himself, for more than 30 years. Made this diorama in retirement. He honestly probably did it when he was watching for fires because it's such a slow, boring job. Harvest Weekly, okay. Construction and forest in the Adirondacks Great Burn Tract on the road into Indian Lake, so they have all this stuff. It's like a journal about it for the locals back then. Here's old tool pouches. Look, that's an old Phillips, that's an old hook. Those hooks were for setting different stuff. I know that you still use them today. Increment bore. So they would bore into the wood. We got diameter tape. These are just different instruments for the workers. Look, there's this like a surveyor maybe? Oh, it's a level. No. He's got a compass mounted and me. Then we got Smokey. Let's see, this thing's about just older, look. The forest fire prevention campaign started in 1942. A bear described as having a nose short, that's him. Panda type, color black or brown, which is weird. We don't have pandas, so why would he be shaped like a panda? Yeah, New York Governor Mario Cuomo back in '89. An old one right here. Can we go out here? That would say do not exit.
We're gonna miss the voting and stuff too.
Minute of every day.
It's the same meals now.
Yeah, those tarts, those fruit tarts. That's what we just had. No, that's cool. I love it, man. The deer and then this.
It looks like Adirondack, New York fireplace.
I don't know if they would do it like quite like this. This is kind of like showy, but maybe they would.
No, that's the support.
Maybe they really would. Maybe this would be the center support to get the roof started,
To hold it.
and that's what they would do. Oh, that's true. You really got to be able to support the weight. And then they did all different roofs. They did straw roofs, like in the prairies.
Yeah.
All right, here's a great part. Here's all the furniture, so keep an eye out for all this, probably next couple minutes. They use a lot of birch in this. They also just use like sticks of the woods and then like cut them in half and like place them as the siding or whatever, if you will. So it's pretty sweet, man. A lot of these are older, some newer.
Camp good enough.
Camp what?
Good enough.
Oh, I like that in that one. I like the corner pieces from all areas, but that one's really cool. gotta admire it. But if you read on it, it tells you, yes, it's the real birch. Yes, that's how they did it. But I'm wondering, it just stays, it doesn't curl and like flake off eventually, or do they coat it?
It might.
I gotta really read and not. Pretty interesting, the backs, and then they cross. But they put into it where it meets the tree. I like that. Yeah. Well, I like too how they go like that and 45 it, so then they have that surface to tie to. That's pretty smart. Yeah. And then it's like at the kneeling, not the kneeling one, but it's for your feet. If you want to put your feet down there, that's kind of. But these got to be heavy. You can take like 4 men to move it. You always have men everywhere, ready to move stuff. What's it for, do you think? To hang the cups, or do you think it's for?
Well, the top of it comes out.
Oh, so it might be actually hollowed out, and that's a cover, and it's actually a glass bottle. You're so right. And those are glass cups, so they hang on it, and that's the bottle. And it's okay. That's interesting.
What does it say?
Yeah.
Decanter and shot glasses, number 5.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That's pretty cool.
I don't really like rustic furniture.
I know what you mean.
I always like Victorian.
I don't. It's not that I don't like it. I just not for me. But it looks nice.
You gotta appreciate,
Yeah, it looks nice. It's
you
just
gotta appreciate the art.
yeah.
I wish I could touch some of the stuff like
Well, I wanted to see, but then when I read it said yes, they put the birch on it and they just leave it. The birch just stays. It won't flake and turn to nothing. It just
inside the house. So.
yeah. If it stays out of the sun, it just stays.
I mean, I pretty much said the same thing.
You don't
you
think it's
just said.
glued to something? You don't think it's
I
glued?
think they put like a glue thing. Yeah, they put the glue on it, and they might. Yeah, then they push it to it, and then they cap the sides with those.
Oh, it
Like it's little
holds it in, like a little
sheets.
slit.
Yeah, it's little sheets, and then those cap it.
Look how it did. Look at the bottom of this table.
And I bet you it's probably 1/8 inch thick. Like it's fairly thick, and it's actually pretty strong.
God, this is like a goblet. It's got like a little deer on it. It's
Yeah,
like a goblet.
that.
They
I don't
call
know
it
if
number 9.
those were built from
It's a
India.
nut dish, wood and metal. That's what it says.
Yeah, but I'm
Oh,
just
that's 8,
seeing.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm
No,
just
it's a nut-
seeing.
It's a nut dish.
So this was actually made from a novelty company. See, I was saying, was it made by the Indians or?
They put your hand in there and get the.
Whether you like it or not, look at that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that is a masterpiece. Don't get me wrong.
I'll take a look at that, yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 is Frank Algiers. He's in
We're
Chelsea,
doing like
silver.
my generation's into like modern, where it's also like metal.
These people would see something and grasp onto it like that.
Oh yeah, they see it and they say, "Oh, I can make that out of it." Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. This is cool. Sketch your
Uncle
style.
Dan did that. He made a piece for Grandpa, or I can't remember why. A really small piece, but it was gorgeous.
I remember that the stuff that he would make, because some of the cabinet he did,
So the
Or
cabinet
he had
is still
part of
here,
it.
she said.
and he did furniture. I don't know if you remember, like he wasn't crazy into it, but he would do it occasionally. The furniture, and Seneca got into it.
You can feel it.
What? What's that? The table?
The old man.
Oh, they called him.
Adirondack Indian, he was a carpenter.
Oh, so they called him Indian.
I guess he made some of this stuff.
Oh
He
wow.
was like a master carpenter.
I mean, that's pretty cool how they like turn the trunks into that, the roots.
These traveling salesmen would probably go to the house and go, okay, we can get you this and this.
Oh, okay. Pick a model.
Yeah.
We're making them, 20 a day or
Comfort
something.
is built into every old hickory chair rocker.
Yeah.
It's called Old Hickory Furniture Company. Wow.
No,
Well, this over here.
They got into making
the
it.
surfaces. This you're allowed to touch.
I see that, and they want to show you all the.
Why, so you can feel the surfaces?
Yeah, show you all the different surfaces. But this is what I always wanted to see about. How did that go down? But if you look, it
I'm
it
sure
does slightly
must
peel.
off.
It does slightly peel, but overall it just stays intact. I didn't see anything about coating it or anything like that.
And the burl?
Yeah. You saw they would use brass because it emits something that kills germs. And that's why they make them out of brass doorknobs. Yeah, that's something else. Oh, how about the chandelier?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's like
And you just sit and you spin back around and see.
It'd be pretty easy to do, but the birch peels pretty easily from the trees. I was seeing some of those.
The other pretty cans. What's it called?
That's gonna wrap it up with the furniture. I know it was a little longer than a couple minutes, but anyways, let's get into this next section. I really liked it, going into the train and everything. And anyways, everyone had this station wagon. It was funny. Everyone said the same thing, like, "Oh, I remember that from my childhood." The thing is, I remember it from my childhood too, and everyone wanted to sit in the back. I mean, it's just the way it was. It's crazy how much bigger these stagecoaches are than the actual local Amish people. The ones that I see are not even local, just all over. Theirs are so much more smaller than this and like compact and more basic.
Back then,
Which was very important, yeah. So Theodore Roosevelt's kid.
my uncle was on
Creek
was kind
Station.
of like a trapper, and when he was younger and passed away, I saw him. He was
Yeah.
like 60.
But
He was
100%.
only like 67 when he died.
This is it, and look, that's them doing it right there. You can see the two people, and there's like a lantern.
Oh, okay.
That's him telling them or whatever. I don't know, that's just the setup, but I remember it like that, but yeah. Alright, this part's awesome, the train. One of my favorite parts of this museum.
Look how small the beds are.
Yeah, it was made smaller. Everything was real tight. It kind of reminds me of the farm.
Yeah, I guess it is great. That's the only thing I didn't do right. What?
Yeah.
I thought our bathrooms were small.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that one.
Is that one tight? Well, this one has its own sink and a bed. That's pretty. They have like the fans up there, the old fans where like you could stick your finger in. They use them. This is from like the 20s, I believe, or maybe that's tight.
Look at this curved wall.
That's a tight fit in there. You know what though? On the trains, Dad, they're actually not much bigger than that. And then they have a handicap one. Nowadays.
I think this is more like the 1950s.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is a little older.
1920
bigger.
would be
This-
nice and too.
Yeah, this one's a little nicer.
They don't say how old it is.
Yeah, it should say.
I'll say it's like in the 1860s.
I think you're right, actually. This is before the 1900s.
Robert E. Lee.
Yeah, that's actually true. I think the Civil War is like going on, or just had finished when this was a train. Oh, Polker. Confirm. They got the train sound in here. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the exact same as 25 years ago when I was here, when I was about maybe 10. I think for the first time anyways, but we had come multiple years and it was very educational. We would take a test at the end. It was considered an educational field trip, and we would come literally like we'd just start school because I think they said it closes October 14th, and then we would come before October 14th. It would be like, kind of like fall time, and we just barely started school and then we're going on a field trip. But it's, yeah, again, we would have tests, and it tied into our education for American history. So Carolina it was.
Expansion. They had their own railroad track
Told
out
me
to
that
the main
and
road.
that's how they got a lot of supplies to do everything. Yes, I just want to get that. This is the art museum. I really enjoyed it in here. I wish I would have spent a little more time. For some reason I thought it was bigger, but yeah, enjoy. It's like an old lure, fishing lure. Bryce fishing. This is just like an art building mainly, or entirely. Look at the displays, that's so interesting. Beautiful paintings. These are like older. Look at that, 1870, 1874. My grandpa, well, I guess everyone in that era would do, probably your grandpa too, would do oil pastels. It's like everyone, that was like a pastime, you know what I mean? So, lots of other ones, but that was pretty common. So this would be for pigments, I guess. More, this one's 1960s. It's a little different, you can tell from the older ones. There's a lot more like raised lines and stuff. That's what they relied on, if you look closely. Looks like these are different textures, you can tell too. I like the way they had it set up, the lighting and everything, but one thing I would have done differently is I would have brought with me a light that's like for my video taking or pictures and all that, photography. So anyways, I ordered one, so that's awesome. It's on the way. I can't wait. I'm stoked. It's like it attaches to the metal cage for my Insta360 Pro. Well, it attaches to everything really, but yeah, can't wait. That's right, the boating section was pretty sweet. I wish I would have spent more time in it, and also I wish I would have taken the initiative.
They're made for small people.
They really were. In like tight spaces to turn.
So you can carry them.
Yeah, and so you could carry them, get offshore, carry them, get back on. Look, that one's made to like, has a cover. Back to that voiceover, but I was saying is take the initiative to go to the other side of the boat building because the guy does displays. And he was doing them, so it would have been sick. Like displays of him building them. That one has a mini sail. Yeah, that looks sick. On that lake, you could feel the breeze on 20s. I think it's a small engine. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of work to build that thing.
It's a lot of boat.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd carry a lot of stuff.
Exactly what I'm saying is he just look at there.
Yeah.
Nobody was in a hurry.
No. Different life. There's the engine. That's tight. Inboard, they call them. So it says gasoline powered.
You tell them they use brass sails.
I would see that brass. Yeah. It's a lot of like epoxy, not epoxy, but polyurethane.
Heat's on it here.
Yeah, I'm sure it was chilly at night. Here's all these engines, old engines. Yeah. Sit tight, we're gonna hop into some kayaking. These look almost abandoned, but you can tell that was like a floating thing. You see how it's chained? It would like jet out into the water for sure, that thing. That's raised, that's pretty cool. This is all posted, but yeah, it's an old beach and then it's cleared. You can see some boats, so hasn't been vacant too long. Let's go further. We're almost made it to the bridge. You can see you got the houses and stuff. Yeah, there's the bridge. There's a dam. Right there. Or a lock? Would be considered a lock? Like a canal, you know, Erie Canal and all that? Like how they have the locks? I don't know, I guess we could go check it out, but I saw boats go through there, that bridge. They went under it, so I don't know, I might just head back. Okay, I got a massive fish on here. Let's see if you guys can see it. Can you see it? See how big he is? I would say he's at least 20. That's big for this little pond. Look at him right there in all his glory. He's big. I don't want to hurt him. I honestly want to just get him off. But he's a beautiful fish. He's huge, bro. See, look at that up close. He's beautiful, man. He wants me to just unhook him. I think he's literally just being friendly. Look at him. Look at him, dude. I'll let you out, buddy. I'll let you out. He's saying, dude, let me out. He's been caught many times. I'll let you out, buddy. But beautiful fish. Let's see, is it a trout? Can't tell if it's a trout or a bass. I think it's a trout. Ooh, I'm being a pussy about it, dude. But all right, I like big fish. It's just on this little boat, dude. It's easy to tip.
No.
We can let him go. Here he is, right here, guys. Here's the pike. He's probably 20 inches. I didn't have anything with me to get it off, so I came back so we could take it off the pliers. Be careful, those are really sharp. Here, let me get it. Yeah, he was only 26 inches. He probably weighed like 6 or 7 pounds, no lie. But yeah, they got to be 34 to keep him anyways. So, and that's kind of hard to do, especially in this lake. It's a small lake. So look at that snout on him. He's a beautiful fish.
Hold him up high. You want to hold
You
him
hooked him
yourself?
under his... Man, it's weird where you hooked him under his chest.
Well, at first it was hooked there, but it's changed since we came back.
What do you mean? It used to be up higher?
It was up higher on his lip. Yeah, it's changed. Those hooks are so sharp.
Okay.
But here. Be careful.
Where's that? Where's the thing you had?
These things?
No,
We gotta,
hook
yeah,
out.
I gotta use,
Kill it.
yeah. Yeah. You'll know when he's ready. He'll start wiggling around and he'll be like buoyant. But yeah, just keep holding him.
He's got a big hole in his jaw.
But the thing is, he's ready. Hey, see, he's good because he would float. The thing is though, is that they heal so fast. But well, pretty much all of us do.
No way.
Yeah, he's safe. He's fine. He's good. He's going to live another day and eat another meal.
I wonder why the one in the ocean didn't do that.
We didn't hold him under. We
So
forgot.
what did it do? It drowned?
He's filled with air, so that's why he's up. He's been up here too long. So when you're under there, he's dissipating all that
he
air.
got all the air. He got his air.
He
back
could let
in.
it out, but he has to be underwater to let it out with his gills.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't really see anything, but I like to get a low light clip. Maybe this way. This is peaceful out here. No, you can't see shit. Yeah, I didn't get the cabin. Let me get this clipped up. This is kind of what we're dealing with. That's the chairs. There's the lure I caught the massive pike on, right here. That's all it was. He gets it hooked, and then the other one slaps into the body, so it keeps him hooked. And then the front makes it swim like it's an actual fish. Oh, it'll help so much. It really helps.